I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. I know you like to make money. You're never gonna stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff is...
Stephen A. Smith recently challenged Floyd Mayweather Jr. over claims that he may have gone through as much as $1.10 billion. Smith highlighted that Mayweather's high-end lifestyle and continuous spending could place even one of boxing's wealthiest figures at risk of serious financial trouble, including the possibility of bankruptcy.
To the damn poker table, don't go to the blackjack table, don't go to the slot machine for crying out loud, even if they'll only ask you for $1. Don't do it. Stay the hell out of the casino.
Stephen A. Smith emphasized that ongoing luxury spending, ranging from high-end purchases to expensive real estate and an extravagant lifestyle, can rapidly deplete even the largest fortunes. He pointed out that without disciplined financial management, the massive earnings generated by Floyd Mayweather Jr. through boxing and business ventures can diminish far more quickly than expected.
Good to make all that money if you ain't got any of it to keep for yourself, bro. Keep your money. Because as great as you are, I got news for you. You ain't gonna be able to perform like that forever. We all get old. Father Time is undefeated. Make sure your wallets are fat when that day comes for you.
Despite generating more income than nearly any fighter in boxing history, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has faced claims suggesting serious financial trouble after years of heavy spending, highlighting how even enormous wealth can diminish without careful money management.
It's like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, now he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money, he gotta show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car, and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that shit. Like, boy, that money goes cool.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has built a reputation for showcasing his wealth, purchasing multiple mansions, and even owning identical luxury cars in the same colors. His social media is filled with displays of high-end spending and lavish acquisitions. Yet behind that polished image, concerns have emerged about what may be happening beneath the surface.
Everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, I'm not gonna say who it is, he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like crazy.
I mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy shit like that.
But, you know, but you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
As long as you keep your spending under wraps. Like right now, like I could retire right now. This could be my last interview ever.
Right.
And with my investments, you know, I invested into a lot of great companies like Google and Amazon and Tesla over the years, and those companies have all grown and continue to grow, right? And I could actually borrow money against my stock portfolio without even selling.
During a podcast appearance, 50 Cent claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had once asked him for money.
It's me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again. Yeah, I don't have it. I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually technically trademarks the term of it because his entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because it's just not. I just said it and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that. Damn, you and this guy, man. I
thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up with conversation? I don't even care about what they're doing.
So there's still some stacking.
No, it only happens when it's time. It's time to build some type of energy.
During a podcast appearance, 50 Cent claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had once asked him for money.
Like you make yourself like we got issues over here. He's still the best out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
And it took him, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub.
Past reports indicate that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has dealt with tax liens and significant unpaid obligations involving the Internal Revenue Service, including millions tied to 2015. These issues have contributed to ongoing questions about how his finances have been managed over time.
He has so many.
He's hilarious.
His spending habits are hilarious.
I love him.
And he's got like a whole fleet just in white. He's like, white is right. I got a bunch of.
He's got other 18 colors too, though, man.
Yeah, he does.
Gang of cars.
All
so
matching up.
He owed that money to the IRS when they just give him a huge cards.
Because he went so deep, so
How much does he owe?
Well, it's more than you want to pay.
Yeah.
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, like what are you talking about, man?
He's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
In his continued pursuit of new income streams, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has at times faced controversy. One of the most heavily criticized moments in his post-retirement career involved his promotion of a cryptocurrency project that was later described as fraudulent.
What I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself. And I believe that it's going to be, another cryptocurrency that's going to be just as large as Bitcoin someday. It's okay. That's no different from Uber and Lyft.
Recent reports claim that Floyd Mayweather Jr. received $1 million from a scam operator to promote a cryptocurrency company that turned out to be fraudulent. The allegation suggests that Mayweather's influence was used to lure investors into a project with little or no real value. This situation underscores broader concerns about celebrity-backed crypto promotions, showing how easily hype and star power can persuade followers to invest in ventures that may not be legitimate.
You were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like what
we all know that.
Yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager. Yeah. He's like, this is Floyd's price. You send the money over, the manager makes his little cut from it, and he just says, what do you want?
Logan Paul recently claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr. still owes him money from their June 2021 exhibition fight. According to Paul, Mayweather pre-sold the international rights to the bout, covering both their names and likenesses, to a company in Dubai or elsewhere in the Middle East for roughly $10 million. Paul alleges that his contract entitled him to 15% of that sum, about $1.5 million. Which he says he has never received. He also mentioned that the company involved is now reportedly suing Mayweather. Given Mayweather's ongoing legal and financial issues, Paul expressed doubt about ever receiving the payment he believes is owed today as of now. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not publicly responded to these claims.
Of doing the fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the fight. That is the company that paid me. But he sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really? Yeah. I think he's facing a bunch.
Rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. He custom built the house, by the way, in like 2006.
Yeah.
Started at 14, reduced to 12,
yeah.
10, 8 came on the market, and it was a lot of
Recent reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has taken out high-interest loans using major assets, including a private jet, as collateral, with the jet reportedly sold after being used to secure borrowing. Critics argue that these moves may have been intended to cover growing debts and legal obligations. According to these accounts, Mayweather has also faced liens, foreclosures, and lawsuits over unpaid bills and other financial responsibilities, raising questions about how he is managing his post-boxing finances, despite the enormous earnings he amassed during his career.
Flipped a house in Florida from 18 to 20 mil, and he's got a place in LA that's like $25 million he's trying to sell now for like 48, which it's funny how now all of a sudden Floyd's trying to sell all of his assets. What does that tell you? He just sold his private plane as well, which I don't know what that went for, but again, he's offloading assets because he's massively in debt and owes people a lot of money. And he's trying to finance something, whether it's legal fees, whether it's other mortgages, whatever. But yeah, getting a net negative of $4 million on the house you built and then put on the market is probably the worst real estate investment you can make, outside of maybe a strip club that no one goes to except you, because that is your vice, gambling. And
Wade Clemens has argued that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has struggled with money management since retiring. Clemens points to a string of financial issues, including lawsuits, outstanding debts, and high-interest borrowing against real estate and his private jet to cover obligations. Additionally, Mayweather is reported to have faced liens, foreclosures, and unpaid bills tied to various properties and services.
Way back, again, 5 years ago now, but that was like the initial rumblings around that fight. And what Floyd did was use Mayweather Promotions to bring them this fight and say, if you'll front us this money, we'll put this fight here. They fronted him the money. He took the money, had the fight at the Hard Rock in Miami with Bambio instead. That was the company that put it on, Bambio. And Logan saw none of that front end 10 mil, and the people that paid Floyd the 10 mil never saw a dime back. It's nasty work what he did. But this has been like one of Floyd's MOs, is that he leverages his fight name or his quote-unquote assets, and which is what, a lot of wealthy people do. They leverage their assets to take out bigger loans or, whatever. But Floyd does it in such a reckless way that no one ever sees return on it. He just takes money. It isn't a loan.
Critics point out that although Floyd Mayweather Jr. earned money flipping certain homes, other property deals, such as luxury real estate sold for less than the purchase price, indicate questionable financial choices. Wade Clemens also emphasizes that Mayweather's repeated participation in exhibition fights, including matches against influencers like John Gotti III, appears motivated more by financial gain than by passion for boxing. This combination of extravagant spending and efforts to manage growing debts highlights the ongoing difficulties he faces in preserving his wealth.
Provisions in place. I've talked about this, ad nauseum over the last couple of years, but the fact that we actually get some details on this from Logan is hilarious.
Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million.
That also, the fact that Logan agreed to 15%, he's got that manager Jeff who says, I make the big deals. He got absolutely rinsed on that deal. But also, Graham has some important information about Floyd Mayweather, and again, his, I wouldn't say shady business dealings, but how bad he is with money. Let's keep listening.
Company that paid him making that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. So I don't think I'm ever.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah. He got rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is preparing for a busy return to the ring, officially ending his retirement from boxing. His first event is set to be an exhibition match featured on Netflix, with 3 major bouts planned this year. It's clear that Mayweather is focusing on high-profile events and maintaining maximum visibility as he re-enters competitive action.
I love first of all, the fact that he's fighting Mike Tyson. I like that. Why? Because I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. And look, bro, you really can't take it with you. You know what I mean? These guys have an opportunity to be on Netflix and be seen by 40, 50 million people in the fight, in the first fight with Mike Tyson. That's huge. Mike Tyson versus Floyd, I think the highest rated show that has been on television, boxing match that has been in the last, since Ali, probably. Definitely since the days of when ABC was showing things. Over 100 million people watched Mike Tyson.
The high-profile fights planned for 2026 are being seen as a calculated strategy to boost earnings without relying solely on traditional pay-per-view revenue. Mayweather's team has designed the year to feature widely promoted exhibition matches alongside a major professional rematch, set to stream globally on a top platform. This approach leverages media rights, sponsorship deals, and international promotions. Rather than depending only on ticket sales or standard pay-per-view income, analysts suggest that this diversified revenue strategy could generate substantial profits by reaching broader audiences and minimizing financial risk. Some commentators view it as a sign of how monetization in modern combat sports is evolving, allowing veteran fighters to capitalize on global streaming platforms and lucrative sponsorships. If executed successfully, these events may help stabilize Mayweather's long-discussed financial situation while cementing his status as one of the sport's most commercially astute figures in recent history.
Look, there's a lot of money in boxing that comes from Greece. Okay, a lot of money is credited to Saudi Arabia for investing in boxing. I'm telling you, and been telling people for a minute now, some of that money is really coming from Greece. So to see Floyd pop up in the middle of these 2 big mega fights in a fight in Greece, just call that's just something that makes sense to me. So then you have the fight with Manny Pacquiao, and you know Manny Pacquiao, especially if Mike Tyson Floyd Mayweather Jr. looks good against Mike Tyson, and it's an enjoyable event. Man, you can expect even more coming out of that from Floyd Mayweather Jr. if he gets Manny Pacquiao. And the Manny Pacquiao fight, they're making a real fight. You may get a 4th fight out of that. I'm telling you right now, that can make Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s money problems.
In a past interview, Stephen A. Smith argued that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s focus on wealth has influenced a new generation of fighters in a potentially harmful way. Rather than admiring boxing legends for their technique, strategy, or footwork, many young athletes now appear more drawn to flashier lifestyles and financial gain. Smith contends that prioritizing spectacle over skill does a disservice to the sport, overshadowing the elements that historically define greatness in boxing. By glorifying money above mastery, aspiring fighters may shift their focus from refining their craft to chasing fame and big paydays. He summed it up by saying, "The legacy of true competition and respect for the sport's artistry is being overshadowed by a chase for money and hype rather than the pursuit of greatness."
This man and Mayweather, they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see. But that ain't the legacy these athletes are paying attention to. What they're paying attention to instead is the $1 billion plus Mayweather has earned in his career. How box office he made himself. How he's been his own boss, answerable to no commissioner, no owner, no GMs, and barely even the fans for the last decade in achieving unprecedented wealth, fame, and control of his own name, his own brand. And how despite strenuous efforts by so many to bring him down, they simply weren't able to do it. You want to see an athlete drool? The idolized displaying deference and respect? Watch as these athletes marvel.
What do you think? Will Floyd's comeback plan actually turn his finances around? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your take.